What's up? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel, welcome to the vlog, and welcome to the first video that we're releasing in 2021. It's kind of incredible to think that 2020 is finally over. I think all of us should kind of just come together with a round of applause. There it is. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. So we're getting the new year off started with some really exciting things. Not only in today's video are we going to be putting these things, these 6 big, sick wheels on the 2020 Platinum, but also... Dude, they're beautiful. But also, Dream Diesel giveaway number 15 is officially live. It's an absolutely disgusting day here in Pennsylvania, but we're not gonna let that take away from the fact that you guys have a chance to win right now my 2020 Denali DURTYMAX. Yes, it's such a bittersweet moment for me to give you the opportunity to take home my daily driver over the past 2 years. A lot of you thought that it was going to be our great friend Delmonico, but guys, I've had my time with this truck. I've absolutely loved it. It is by far my favorite truck that I've ever owned, except it's kind of like second place to the OG DURTYMAX. And I made a really difficult decision where I wanted to pass along what owning that truck is like to one of you. It's been somewhat of a staple of the channel, but in true fashion of what Enthusiast is all about, I want to let you take on its next chapter. So right now, 15 times entries are live for my Denali and $15,000 cash. This giveaway ends February 2nd. And as of right now, the 15 times multiplier is live for the first week, and it is the largest multiplier for the entire giveaway. Nothing hidden for the end. 15 times is the highest you can earn for a chance to take that thing home. It's a very bittersweet moment because of how many memories I've created with that truck and how it's been somewhat of a staple of this channel. But all great things must evolve, and well, this one's evolution might be with you. I'm blown away by the fact that some of you actually saw that coming. Some of you actually typed in the comment section of earlier videos that number 15 was going to be the Denali. 15 truck giveaways over the last 2 years since our first one, January of 2019. And it was such a monumental number to get to 15 that I wanted to celebrate in one of the biggest ways that I saw fit by giving you guys a chance to take my baby home. Now guys, there's a lot of new designs up on the website, new hoodies, new t-shirts, new hats, and a whole bunch of stuff, as well as brush bullet antennas and our brandy spanking new key tag bottle openers. These things are smaller. You can see they're about the size of a key fob right there. Not only do they act as a key tag, which you guys absolutely love on the site, but they also can open your favorite beverage, adult or non-alcoholic. Either way, we've got you covered. So yes, today's finally the day where we are installing the wheels that I've been talking about over the last few uploads on the dually. I'm really excited about it because we've done everything up until this point to prepare it for this day right here. Carly 2.5-inch leveling kit interim until the lift kit comes in sometime, I would imagine around the end of the month, potentially mid-February. And of course, our OEM switch integrated 20 rock lights really set this thing apart. I'm not even gonna lie, the truck looks really good as is with the factory wheels. I think that some might argue that you could actually pull this thing off with the factory wheel and tire setup and just leave it be, but we have these bad boys right here. Let's just take a look at the direction that we're going. Yeah, I mean, stock looks decent, but come on. Look at that monstrosity of a wheel and tire setup. What we're looking at here, ladies and gentlemen, is a set of 24-inch American Force wheels. These are the Evo model, wrapped in a Nitto Ridge Grappler, size 315/50/24. Now, this is a standard dually in the front. These are not super singles. I would like to do super singles eventually, but there's kind of a story about these wheels. Very short of the long is I actually have another set of wheels on order for this truck, and I was planning on the lift kit, wheels, and tires all arriving around the same time. But with the way that COVID is, some of these manufacturers' delays in sourcing their raw materials, unfortunately, their lead times have gone up double, if not triple. So the original setup that I had kind of envisioned isn't actually this setup right here. Rather, it's kind of like a pinch hit. Now, I'm really excited about everything and how it's going to turn out because it's going to look so absolutely beautiful. But this actually wasn't exactly what I was shooting for with this truck when I had first bought it. The leveling kit was an afterthought once these wheels became available. A good friend of mine had actually sent them to me as somewhat of a spot buy from an online retailer. They had this set in stock and they were just looking to unload them, and I saw it as completely meant to be. So I scooped them up real quick, and now they're here about a week and a half later. This set of wheels from American Force right now, 16 to 20 weeks. That's way too many months that I don't even want to think about and have patience for. So this worked out really, really well. Although I didn't originally want to go with the dually style front wheel, I think this setup is going to look fantastic, and it is going to be quite literally leagues better than, well, a stock 450. They are colossal, guys. Like, I have never seen a set of wheels like this in Pennsylvania ever. The only time I've seen something similar is honestly out at SEMA. So dually wheels work in an interesting way. If you guys aren't aware, dually wheels are all interchangeable front to rear. That's why they look the way that they do up front, because you'd actually have the ability to take this wheel and use it as an outer or an inner in the rear in the scenario that you have to. Now, we don't have a 7th dually wheel, we just have 6, so there is no spare. Technically, you could do that, although I wouldn't advise it because the back of these wheels are not polished. They're just your typical machined finish with a ton of humidity on them right now because we washed some of the salt off the F450, which is why everything looks like it's matte. But the front is finished. So short of the long here is the front wheels and the back wheels are actually the exact same width. These things come in at 8 3/4 wide by 24 in diameter. So you can see here, this is the back wheel. It looks super deep dish and concave because it's the opposite side of this wheel, right? So it all kind of makes sense. So technically, I could marry that polished inner wheel with that polished outer, although we'd never do that because the polished inner wheel for the rear is right here. So sorry to kind of go on that rant, but I kind of wanted to just explain it to you guys because I honestly never knew that before I really kind of started looking into these things. Now, another cool thing about this setup is the fact that they're actually 10 lug instead of 8. And we'll be doing a conversion with spacers that are provided by American Force. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And F450s from the factory actually come with hub adapters that are 10 lug as well. Axles are 8 lug, but then they put this adapter plate on that gets us to 10 lug, which is also pretty cool. I thought that that was the case before I'd actually worked on my first F450, my buddy Andy's, that we put the lift kit on back in the summer of 2020. And it was to my surprise that in fact they are 10 lug, which is pretty cool. Now, they'll actually come with different hub spacers that we're gonna have to remove the factory ones to install. And well, you'll kind of see why when we get to that point. This setup is going to take this truck to an entirely new league. It is going to look so aggressive from the front, and the back is just going to look literally actually bodacious. Dumb thick with like 7 C's. We have absolutely no poke right now. As a matter of fact, our wheels is somewhat recessed by, I would say, about 2 inches. Once we get these duals installed, we should have a nice amount of stance out back and in the front, just by the nature of the tire that I mounted on these wheels. So a 315/50/24 in standard terms is about 36.5 tall by 12.5 inches wide. We put this 12.5 inch wide tire on an 8 3/4 inch wide wheel, which gives us a sick side poke. It looks absolutely fantastic. That's going to be the rear setup, guys. It takes big and thick to an entirely new definition. You can see that we've got these things married up together. How they're going to look in the rear, we've got the ridiculous deep dish lip. I mean, you can serve up anything you want on that. And then we've got this other wheel, which basically just acts as an inner. It doesn't have any specific finishes on it or anything like that. We got a little bit of work to do in removing these factory wheels. We got to get the factory hub adapters off, and then we'll touch base. Alright guys, so I kind of misspoke before. That's my bad. These are actually already 10 lug, and then it just has the hub adapter that brings the 10 lug out to a wider pitch. So basically, we're taking off the 10 lug adapter that's factory, which is this one right here. You can see the stock thread pitch is tighter than what was on those 19.5s that came factory, but now putting on an even bigger diameter pitch. So this is the adapter. Oh my God, that thing is way heavier, dude. That came with these wheels. These things are freaking beefy. Now, I'm no semi-expert in terms of 18-wheelers, but I do believe that the lugs that came on this spacer spacer are actually directly off of a semi. So I could get like semi spikes if I wanted to and throw them on the outside of the wheel. Don't know if I'm gonna end up doing that yet. It'd look kind of sick. But we gotta get these things on to get us accurate spacing and mount up these big girls here behind us. So that's what we're gonna jump back into.
Oh. We gotta put those back on.
All right, well, I'm just completely kidding. You don't take that off at all.
We just wanted to check the integrity of our rotor here. That's the only reason.
Everything looks super good. We don't have to change the rotors, guys. We're fine. All that other stuff beforehand, you don't even acknowledge that. It's completely fine. All right, in my defense, what's a mistake if you can't own the humility of making them? I was told, honestly, that you had to take that adapter off. I'm just gonna say I was given really bad information.
You could have told me you had to drop the entire axle and I'd have had that.
You live and you learn. Yeah, first dually ever that I'm doing this on, we actually had to take the dually adapter off. This is technically not my first dually because we had Ron Bergen dually and I had to take that adapter off to put the fuel wheels on. I've never done forged wheels. So yeah, I f***ed up. Let's get this thing put back again. An adapter on an adapter.
On an adapter on an adapter.
Everything's fine.
What you know about adapters?
Logically, when I was told that I needed to take the adapter off, I'm like, dude, yeah, that makes complete sense. It's like, why would you want to run an adapter on an adapter?
I guess you could say we're adapting.
Everything's fine. Ah, yes.
I am mechanic.
I am the captain now. No, you're not. You're not captain in shit. You just crashed us into an iceberg. Types of people that look at trucks. The one type of person that's like, damn, they have a tiny dick. The other type of person that's like, damn, I'm pretty successful to be able to have a truck like that. Oh my God, guys, this thing is a beast. I mean, beast doesn't even go as far as describing this thing as accurately as I can't find a word to do right now. We are done the front. After some minor complications there in the beginning, all is good. Everything's mounted up with the factory track bar and no track bar relocation or adjustment bracket. We have full turning radius on the passenger side. In a leveled state, the axle doesn't sit completely dead center. I would say it's a few degrees off to the driver's side just because we lifted it 2.5 inches. So right now we have very minor rub right here on this back little, I'm gonna call it fender flare. Right there, that's where we rub. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do to counteract that because we will be having an adjustable track bar coming. So I think what I'm gonna do is just get in touch with the manufacturer of the lift kit and I'm gonna see if they can't send that out a little bit early just so we can get everything squared away without any trimming whatsoever. When you have a truck that's 23 foot in length from front to rear, every single degree of turn radius counts. So now, boys, I think this is the part that I've been looking most forward to, getting the dualies on the back. Hopefully the camera stays very, very sketchily balanced there as I happen to leave both of my tripods down at the shop. We're about to give the winner of Dream Diesel giveaway number 14 a call. I just pulled up my email here from Compliant Sweepstakes Services. This is the sweepstakes agency we work with for all of our giveaways. They proctor and bond all of our sweepstakes to ensure compliance. What happens is all the entries automatically go to the sweepstakes agency. They review, tally, and audit them, and then they conduct whatever their process is for the random drawing, and they send us an email. After confirming the winner. So what they'll do is they'll contact them. You need to meet some qualifications, whether you're a resident of Canada or the US. You need to be over 18 or 19, depending on what area you're in. So we've got the winner's name right here. His name is Adam Morick. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Of Minooka, Minooka, Illinois. We're gonna try and give him a call right now. Let's see if he answers. This is gonna be the first time that we're talking with him. And it happens to be that this is filmed in advance after this video has already gone live on Christmas Day. It's 10:15 right now in the morning. So hopefully we're not interrupting any of his family Christmas plans here, but I kind of somewhat feel like Santa right now. Running somewhat behind, but.
Hello?
Good morning, is this Adam?
This is Adam.
Hey Adam, good morning. This is Jack with Enthusiast. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Good morning.
Thank you, man. Hey, thanks so much for answering this morning. Hopefully I'm not intruding on any of your plans for Christmas morning.
No, kids already got their gifts open. We're making breakfast now. Started my first mimosa, so.
Hey, good for you, man. Cheers. I'm a little jealous. I would consider myself unprepared for Christmas. We didn't do the mimosas this year, but I have had a few cups of coffee, so that's a good way to start the day.
Well, the only reason why we're doing it this year is because I got something this year for Christmas, so it was like we had to celebrate. So I'm excited.
I would say that a celebration is absolutely due. At this point, you've already talked with Don Compliance Sweepstakes Services, and really I'm just calling to personally say congratulations on behalf of my company Enthusiast for being drawn as the grand prize winner of Dream Diesel giveaway number 14, man.
I don't know, my luck seems to be changing today, so I'm so excited. And I love this truck. That truck is beautiful.
Dude, this thing just doesn't do justice until you see it in real life.
So right now I have a 24 valve Cummins, an 05, old beat up diesel. I mean, I've always been a diesel enthusiast. I literally just cannot wait to see it. That is just the coolest thing ever. I mean, this year has been so crazy with the COVID and everything like that, but I'm telling you, man, it's going out with a bang.
All right, cool, man. Well, hey, congratulations again. Merry Christmas. Enjoy the rest of your day with your family, brother. I'll look forward to being in touch. Dudes, we all need to take a minute to just appreciate the thickness associated with these 315/50s on these massive 24-inch dually American Force wheels. I cannot get over how absolutely transformative these wheels and tires were for this truck. I genuinely actually can't even believe that this thing is still mine. I'm kind of giddy like a little girl right now because of how sick this thing looks. This has all been so inspired by spontaneity because originally my design build was actually not this. This just happened to kind of lay out in a way that really kind of worked. These wheels were in stock at a wholesaler. I saw them from that friend that sent them to me, and I kind of thought to myself, do I really want to wait 6 to 8 weeks to get my lift kit, and then do I want to wait another about 10 weeks to get the wheels just to see it all come together in increments, or do I want to just kind of pull the trigger on what's going to be like a pinch hit setup that gets us here? And I'm so happy I did. It was a little crazy, and I'm so happy I did. This truck has been with us for like a few weeks. It's completely different looking. You wouldn't even know that it was a stock F450 only about a week ago. Now, I do not have full turn radius because we're on the stock track bar. So I reached out to the manufacturer that's making my lift kit in hopes to get track bar relocation bracket ahead of time so that way I can get the axle centered. The wheels are a little biased to the driver's side versus the passenger side right now. So if the axle was centered, I would have full turn radius. I have full clearance on the Dana 60 wide track on the passenger side, but confirmed, as I said earlier, on the driver's side, we are hitting like right back here. So I guess I could trim it. It wouldn't be the end of the world. It's just plastic. It's not cab. It's not metal. It's nothing like that. It's also very cold out here, but I'm gonna wait just a little while to see if that track bar relocation bracket doesn't solve that issue. Now, full disclosure, keeping this thing between the lines is rather challenging. I haven't actually taken a measurement of the rear width, but I can say it definitely is the definition of girth. Now I'm gonna cut this video a little bit short here because it's like 15 degrees outside. My hands are getting numb and the family's chilling inside, and I wanna get back to them before Jack goes to sleep. But I wanted to wrap this video up on another big announcement that is starting off our year in 2021. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, that we are underway with all of the planning that comes into a shop build. There's a lot of stuff that goes into everything before we actually break ground, and we've begun that process. We have the necessary players and stakeholders that are now doing what it is that they do best to make sure that we can get approval to build this shop, so that way we can actually break ground. We plan on basically converting this entire woods patch into what will be a very nice sized pole barn that does what we need that we currently don't have right now, because very truthfully, we're extremely out of space in the current shop. And I can admit that I was kind of prolonging this shop build a little bit more than I want to actually own up to, and it kind of got to the point where I just realized that I can't prolong the inevitable. So I'm hoping what will be sooner than later is a full shop build on this channel right here. My plan is, as of right now, to actually do a lot of this build myself with help rather than hiring somebody to do it. I definitely feel like I'm biting off way more than I can actually swallow, but how is it that you learn otherwise? I have a lot of really great friends and mentors that are going to be willing to help along the way and add guidance to make sure it's done right. And well, I see it as a great opportunity to learn. It might take a little bit longer to get it done, but I kind of want to just figure it out. Yes, I've already had conversations with Kyle from RR Buildings, and he's been great guidance and actually getting me resources to help the planning process. So I got to give a huge shout out to Kyle and my main man Greg over there in Illinois for genuinely inspiring me to take on things that are new. Kyle, if you see your video views start going up big time on some of your old ones, well, you know that I'm watching over and over and over again. So that being said, guys, I've officially completely lost feeling in my hands. That's where we're gonna wrap up this video. Again, welcome to 2021. I am so excited that this new year is here, and I cannot wait to see where we all take it. Also, don't forget to get your year started on the absolute best note ever, which is locking in 15 times entries for my beloved 2020 Denali and $15,000 cash. Again, guys, full transparency, 15 times entries is the biggest multiplier that you're gonna be able to earn yourself in this giveaway. So that being said, if you love the changes to the F450 and totally agree with the thickness of this thing, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe button, and notification bell on your way out, and I'll see y'all in the next upload.